Welcome to the era of space science, into the phase of mankind which is not just confined to the mysteries of Earth, but also has the capability to touch the limitless boundaries of space. This video aims to address the integration of coding and space. Ranging from robots to artificially intelligent rovers, the impacts of coding has reached to new heights. It is the most sought after skill nowadays. But the query remains the same. How can these emerging technologies be interlinked with the space technology? Right from initiating a rocket to the artificially intelligent robots that are up in space, every single step requires machine assistance. Be it the microcontrollers or the rovers, programming has proven to be extremely dynamic. It has proven to be a very effective tool in addressing all the challenges that are present up in space. So now, I will take you through all these applications of coding step by step. The elementary software which is used for sending a rocket up in space is known as the rocket software. It is basically a multi-layered hardware and software approach which is composed of hardware computation, which is written in VHDL or Verilog, along with the graphic processing units for very fast math calculations, which is written in C++. The next stage involves all the calculations that happen once the rocket has taken off. For the measurement of temperature and pressure, we have a special device known as the flight computer. It is a very important block of a rocket because it is used to feed all the essential data that is required for takeoff. This rocket software is programmed using firmware and software to avoid any kind of manual errors. Since the basic functioning of a space probe is related to acquiring information from sensors and then analyzing it, so these features are ideally served by a microcontroller such as the ARM or admin. All these microcomputational units required some coding inputs for proper functioning of the blocks that are working in its directions. Till now, we have gone through all the basic requirements which are required for a space probe to function properly. But now, I'll unfold some very specific applications of coding in space. And the first in line is the artificial intelligence integration in space. Artificially intelligent robots are machines that are used in all kinds of situations, especially where they can alleviate strenuous tasks or missions that are too dangerous for a human to undertake. They basically enable a machine to mimic human-like features. These artificially intelligent systems are taught by humans. It's a process that requires writing a lot of computer code. But this similar function can be done by using machine learning, which is a technique that enables a machine to learn by itself. It is a way of training a relatively simple algorithm which becomes more complex. Huge data is fed into the algorithm which adjusts and then improves itself over time. These machines think and process information in a similar way like humans do by developing neural networks. For instance, a rover which can segment the objects it sees is a practical example of artificial intelligence in space. Space scientists are working on the development of self-driving vehicles with the help of machine learning. The reason behind this is that human life cannot be put at risk because we know that the space offers extreme conditions which are way beyond our expectations. We know that the exploration in space is not just confined to going till the known boundaries, but also about going deep into space. And that is not possible without communication. For this, we need to ensure that the signals need to meet a certain quality criteria. For this, the signals that are transmitted and received are transformed using some coding mechanisms. The transmitted messages contain certain redundant elements which are used to detect whether there was any error at different stages of transmitting or receiving the signal. This coding is done based on the mathematical properties of sets, symbols or words which are used to transform these messages. In order to get stronger protection against the errors that occurs in clusters, we need to use these methods consecutively. For this, we use channel encoding or certain mathematical models to encrypt the transmitting messages. Resultantly, the entire communication system is based on the coding scheme followed. From our discussion since the beginning of the video, we have come to the conclusion that the whole space science is entirely incomplete without coding. It holds a very bright future for people who hold a strong skill set in coding to come up and add more value to space.